Hello, what's up Wednesday? Welcome to Erin Ash. As usual, I'm doing a video for you guys on Wednesday. So as an intuitive healer, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to offer a little bridge or a bridge to the gap that I see. I tend to be somebody who introduces a lot of these different metaphysical sort of topics and cards and tarot and crystals and meditation and all that kind of stuff to obviously you. And you might already have a spiritual practice of some kind, but if you don't, what I'm trying to do is teach you little tools and little ways that you can begin in this sort of realm or this process. So I do this every Wednesday, and I hope you come back and see me next Wednesday. So what I'm going to do is a little bit similar to what I did last week, where I drew a couple cards and I wanted to look at kind of the energy of what many people, or what I call the collective, are sort of dealing with this week. We also just had a full moon on Monday, and if you saw my post, the full moon energy really lasts, well, it begins 3 days prior, the day of, and then 3 days after. So even today, we are still in that energy. So what I drew today was, a couple of them seem like a little bit more of like, how do I say this? Heartfelt, emotional, but we're gonna end on a really good note, which I'm excited about. So the first card that I got was moving on. And really that signifies like releasing something, moving on typically from a very specific situation or relationship in some way, or even a job potentially. And then here's the second card, because this totally just keeps tying into this. The emotional withdrawal. And so literally you see this guy like sitting on the beach, kind of in prayer, in his own energy, in his solitude. And for this particular deck, the green is actually representing emotion, or once again, the heart. So while we are pulling away from whatever it is that we need to leave, whatever situation, maybe it's a place, like I said, or a person or a job, there needs to be a sort of moment of solitude after, where we're allowing ourselves to draw away from whatever it is that we just lost. Because a lot of times moving on from something will at least initially feel like loss. And that's okay. It's okay to be sad about moving forward in some way. But, once we kind of can get past that moment of solitude and feeling grounded again, and sort of a place of acceptance of whatever's going on, we can get to this place where one is also like new beginnings, fresh start in numerology, but passion ignited, where we find that inner flame, that inner, passion and purpose of wherever we're headed next. Because a lot of times we have to leave something behind, quote unquote, to put something new on our plate moving forward. Similar to the message last week, but very different, because this energy this week does feel like a propelling forward, as where last week felt like, what do we need to get rid of? Versus it's like, now we know what to get rid of, so how do I use that? So here's the cool thing though about the passion purpose. I've seen this since I woke up in my mind's eye. I saw this card this morning, then I saw it again in meditation, and I knew that when I drew cards for you guys, it was gonna come up, which I thought was really amazing that my spirit guides were able to give me that message already this morning. But I'm really happy that I get to kind of share on this topic in particular today, because I remember what it felt like to not have my passion, to not know my life purpose, and to not know what path I was about to head down. I remember what it feels like, and it's hard. You feel very alone, you feel lost, you can hit depression even in pockets, or just a feeling of disconnection. In order to find that flame and that passion and that purpose, we have to once again get to know ourselves, or to me, our soul selves, in an even deeper way. Now, some people naturally have really heightened intuition and abilities, but for the most part, what I find in my clients is that they've always had that sort of disconnect, or been disconnected in whatever they're doing next for a while. We do, to me, come here with amnesia, and it's meant to be that way. But when we're ready, when we're ready and we're at this place where we just moved on from something, we're drawing away now from this situation and we're finally stepping into what's next, we can then get some answers. We can finally start to realize, what have I always been passionate about? So what breadcrumbs has your soul been leaving you probably your whole life, because that's the way it was for me, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it until I needed to see it. Literally didn't even realize that I had been studying books and reading books about souls and lives between lives and energy work and psychic abilities. I had been reading these books for, not even kidding you, over 5 years before I even realized that this is what I was meant to do. So it's almost a bad joke, but it's not. Because until we're ready to step into whatever our true purpose is, I don't believe that we're just given that at every given moment. Like, when it's time, it's time. So if you feel a need or a pulling to even set up a reading with me, set up a session, I highly recommend it. You never know what you're going to get, but I'm telling you, when it's right, it's right. And I also do energy work, so I can move and shift things, do shadow work, inner child work, all kinds of stuff. So if you've never tried it or seen someone like me, I do recommend that, you try it. I promise it won't be a waste, but I'm curious to see who takes me up on the offer, because I see a lot of really, I don't know, I get very lucky. I have a lot of very amazing clients. So anyway, I hope you got a message from this today, and at the bare minimum that whatever you just moved out of and whatever you feel like you're withdrawing from, take a moment of silence, take some solitude, do your meditation. If you don't have a practice yet, try, and you're going to be moving into this soon. So it's all good. All right. I hope you guys are having a really good Wednesday and a really good week. Once again, I'm Ashley Bennett, and this is Erin Dash.